Now we got the tins here. I'm getting this set up for the pinstriping and a little bit of airbrush work. And here's the rear fender. I didn't show the video of laying the tape out on that. I did that in the earlier video on putting the race stripe on a Harley. And here's the, we'll call them coves for the tanks. It's a split tank. So there we go. It's all set up. Now what I'm going to do is end up putting a little graphic back here on both sides, and then of course the Harley Davidson stencil right here. I've got to get that laid out. I've got it all marked so that I can do that easily. I'll show those things, and well, I got to get some masking tape right up here in this section for these little waves. So we're gonna getting this done. Okay, I got the little waves here that I'm inserting into the cove. Got it taped, got it marked right here using Ceril paper, which is this, and I'll just trace that out. Not a real big deal. Let me just do that real fast and I'll show you how it looks after it's done. Now I got them traced out, and you can see I got them on the back side. That's to go the opposite direction. There's that. I'll correct any kind of bobbles before I cut it, and well, there it is. Do the other side. Just kind of just show you that real quick, and that's going to go on that one back there. So moving on, we're going to get this thing finished up. There are the waves. Small, medium, and large. And then plenty of room here. I just kind of threw this up there, but there's plenty of room for the Harley Davidson letters. So these aren't going to get jumbled up with the letters of the tank. And I'll show that, how I get that all laid out next. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and start doing the airbrushing here. And just check my airbrush real quick. It's giving me problems, of course. I got the needle protector off. Let's see how it's spraying. Spraying wonderful. And what we're just going to do is gently put a shadow in on here. That's all I want to do. Start developing out. There it is. See how the black's starting to really peek out? Let's slow it up just a pinch. Gotta darken the spot up right here. So I come in and I just kind of swing it up in there and swing it out. And don't want to, trying to do everything super even, and you can kind of see it there. Go around here. And I'm going to swing it in off there. I'm using the transfer tape to see where I'm at. It's over reduced black. Of course, get through the airbrush. I want it nice and thin. Now it's starting to show out. I'm just having a problem with the movement right here. So make adjustment. I'll get it. I'll swing this back around over. double checking this. It's still a little bit light right there. I don't want to make it too dark. Don't want it black. I just want it shadowed. There it is. Wonderful. Just a little touch up right in the back. I'm going to call it the day. I don't want to get too greedy. Beautiful. And now the next phase I'm doing to get what's up there is I have marked my plot marks right there. And I got them down here. Obviously I've measured to make sure it's centered. So what I'll do is go ahead and pull the backing on this. This is a stencil, which is now not doing a very good job. Kind of embarrassing. Should have been more prepared. Okay, I'll pull the backing, and you can see the transfer tape's holding the letters where they're supposed to be. Come over here, got my alignment lines, and I've just kind of get them geared up right there and there. And I tack down the transfer tape. Now I'm going to do this bottom. I'm worried about the bottom one first because that's got the most letters, and it's also going to set up how it's going to be positioned. And I'll get this on. This is already fighting me a little bit, but that's okay. It is what it is. All right, got it. And then I'll just go ahead and I got to work this one up here, and I got to do some cutting and splicing because it actually shrinks. So I need to do that. But I'll go ahead and pull this here. And hopefully I don't have too much of an issue, which I already am. We're going to have to do some adjusting there, some adjusting here. And this is where I got to cut it. Right here. You see where it's binding up. So I come in and I cut that, and I'll allow that to lay down. Allow that one to lay down. So, but I got to fight it a little bit more. I'm worried about the edges of the letters. Make sure they don't get wrinkled like this H did, but I'll fix that H. And I got this here. This one here, it should be simple, but it's already not being simple. Right, there it is. And I'll come through and I'll make adjustments as necessary and clean up anything and retape. So anyways, that's kind of the layout right here. Got my marks, and there we go. And then I can pull this off, and that will be it. I can do all my corrections. All right, that's it. Got all the areas around the Harley Davidson, taped up so we don't get any overspray on them. I went through and just kind of made sure all these edges are down nice and tight. And we're fixing to airbrush all of it. So anyways, here we go. Just going to gently start putting the paint in. And then we got a mid coat that's going to go over top of the white. All right, there's the first round. I'll get a little bit more on. All right, I'm trying to show this in there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there is a lot of blue ice down in there. It's actually SG100, a clear base coat. And there it is. Now, if you haven't used the ice pearl before, the particle is kind of heavy and it sinks real fast. And this will all be sunk down at the bottom real quick. And you can see it's kind of just disappearing basically. And so when you're using this, you got to stir it up. Then, you know, constantly agitate the gun and shake it around and all that stuff. So, and bring that back up. There it is. It's just a little tip there. That's why I'm even showing it. But the stuff is gorgeous. Looks great over white. It actually looks like, so, you know, snow. So I guess that's why I call it ice pearl. Okay, here goes the ice pearl. We just kind of get it coated on there, and hopefully you can see it. All right, I'm gonna grab a piece, go out in the sunlight real fast, clean that up. See what we got. It's hard to tell a lot of times with this stuff. That's why I got this door open. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it is on there. It was on there pretty good. Kind of move us around. Do one more coat. And now just pulling the tape, and this is probably one of the more satisfying portions of the job. And you start seeing how the step that you just worked on is coming out. Getting this, this is my guideline right here. And you can see the little waves back there. I already pulled a piece of tape and of course the masking off. And nice and easy. And now we got the Harley Davidson. Of course the phone's ringing. Got the first one done right there. Looking good. Just got a couple little nitpicky things to do. Now I'm going ahead pulling this one. And it's a nice stencil here. I don't know why I'm always trying to hold on to too much stuff. It's one of my little quirks, you could say. Yeah, you kind of get the point. I could probably can this video. I'm just kind of just showing. I should have did this in time lapse. Well, here it is. Kind of getting this wrapped up. And of course got to pull what's inside the letters. So just got a couple more things to do right there. And that's so far so good. It's looking great. Okay, got all the tape pulled here, obviously right there, and then I've softened these edges. It was just basically took my finger, knocked off any buildup on the edges of the letters, and that's, you know, right before I go and start hand border lining. So I'm fixing to hand paint all the way around all this stuff, and then I got to do the same thing. I got to go around this stripe here and do the waves, and I'm putting in, you know, a pinstripe, a border line. And then I'm going to go on the outside and do the same thing. And this tape is my guide. So anyways, I'm going to get into it and kind of not get too involved and doing a lot of video of this portion of it because it's just kind of monotonous and it's going to take a while. And maybe I'll do a little time lapse, maybe I won't, we'll see. But anyways, that's the next phase. I'm starting with blue borderline on the letters here. Now here's the blue I'm using for the borderline, and I'm just going to kind of get this started here a little bit. And I'm going to start at the far right because I'm lefty. Got my brush loaded up. Just kind of check this real quick. Make sure I got a good line on there. You see it's bleeding out way too much, so I'll get some of that paint out of the brush. I'd rather do it multiple times. There we go. And there's the line right there. That's what I want. So just reload up with this pinch. And then I'm going to do that right there. See if I can put the camera down right there. Check the brush, get it started. I'm not going to get too involved in doing this. I'm going to do a bunch of pull strokes. This blue is kind of deceptive. Even though I got the light on, it's just hard to see it. I'm just showing this real quick. I'm not going to bore everybody. This kind of monotonous portion of the job. Now I got to be careful because I just pulled up on that not to overload. Get the line too thick now, so I got to go nice and gently, be right up on the tip. It went a little bit thick, so I got to adjust it. All right, there it is. And I'll keep on moving. It's very hard to see, and that's the point. We don't want it blaring out too much. The white's already doing enough of it, and we're going to have to go through all of it. So anyways, I may time lapse it here in a little bit, but that was basically 3 minutes right there. All right. All right, now I got all the blue borderline done. It's hard to see there, but it's there. I got the waves done around there, and did it on both. Kind of see it right there, but and the back fender inside. So basically all that's left is the white. I'll do some video of that. I just didn't want to get too overdrawn on doing this video with doing all the pinstripe in there and the border lining. So anyways, there we are. Next thing is coming up. All right, we're doing a white. It's a little bit of, it's not a screaming bright white, it's kind of a creamy, more antique-y white here. And getting the brush paleted out, get some good lines here. I think we got it. And whatnot. So I'm fixing to start this. I should probably do a time lapse on it. Let's see. I probably need to get this in focus here. All right. Just gently going to start pulling. Doing real thin lines. Set the camera up over here so kind of see what's going on. Pardon me. Not very prepared for this clip. All right, thin white stripe down. I'm gonna set up a time lapse and just kind of rock and roll through these real quick. Okay, here's the fender. It's got the lines on it there. And I got the set of tins here with the border lines. Looks wonderful. I'm really happy with this job. And you got it up top here. So it just came out just great. So next thing I gotta do is clear, and that's gonna make everything get back to super shiny and bright and just wonderful. So anyways, that's it. I'm gonna get it clearing. I'll show it so when we get to that stage. Okay, got all the masking off of it, and we're hanging up ready to clear. You know, always got to make sure to get these low ends here and right there, all hanging up. Got them racked up. So I'll start shooting the clear, and yeah, this is getting wrapped up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shoot the clear on this thing, and let's go for it. I always try to just put the light tack up coat. I don't try to put glass it out initially right off the bat. That's just the way I do things. Again, what you're comfortable with, not how I do it. Alright, I'll let that tack up for a little bit. You see it's already flowing out. And that was with me just barely putting any on. So it's going to be a good looking job. Real fast, I got my little tack coat on. I'm kind of walking in front of it. And you see how the color's coming out. It's getting deeper buried down underneath the clear, so it's really starting to go. And it's just beautiful color. I don't think people pick this all that often. I think they like the cobalt, the darker, which is also just gorgeous. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just get the clear laid on here. I'll show it when it's all finished up. Okay, here we are. We're all wrapped up with the clear. Still got to do a little wet sanded buff to get a couple of dirt nibs out. But I'm trying to show the color, and you know, this camera lens just does not replicate what the eye sees, but it does a pretty good job. But anyways, here it is. And if you're looking, you can see that there's a very thin blue pinstripe right up against that black shadowing. And we'll go over here, take a quick look over here. And the grain is just phenomenal in here. Everything came out great. Graphics. and you can, I'm trying to move the light around so you can see the blue ice and the white on top of it. And here's this right here, and again there's blue ice on that, but it's just not showing up, I guess, in this light. But man, it's really good looking. Very happy with this job. I hope the customer's pleased. And there it is, candy Oriental blue over silver. All right, here we go out in the sunlight, and this candy is just looking wonderful. This whole job looks good. I'm real happy with it, all in all. And hopefully the customer's happy too. And if you like this kind of content, do me a favor, please subscribe. Maybe leave me a comment, tell me how I'm doing, good or bad. And that's it. I'm going to do some more videos on candy. I'm trying to show how I do different ways and methods of producing different effects with the candy, because it's actually amazing stuff to use. It's just gorgeous, and there's a reason why people like this stuff. So anyways, that's it. More candy videos coming up with different effects and tricks and tips, or whatever you want to call it. Thanks for watching.